Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Third Man's Cricket Show. I am
Hello.
Parth Rathore, and we have Parth Arora and Aditya Gupta back with us. And Parth Arora's smile says it all. DC have had a comprehensive win once again while chasing, and a good six-wicket win for DC. Parth, your views on the win?
Really happy with the win, man. Right from the start, we looked in great form. Let me start with the beginning. We saw Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan's partnership. So I think the strategy would be at that time would be that Prithvi Shaw should hit big shots and Shikhar Dhawan should carry on with his singles and keep giving the strike to the Prithvi Shaw.
Yes, truly said. After a long time in the IPL, in this particular IPL, we are seeing good opening stands. The first one came in the for DC itself when Shaw and Dhawan were chasing down that total against CSK. But now for both the teams, even Punjab Kings had a good opening stand, and even Delhi Capitals had a good opening stand. Aditya, what do you think is the how important or how crucial is an opening stand for a team going into a game?
Like, just don't have anything to speak. Like, we had a good start. KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal playing a good start of 100 runs partnership, and then also like the bowling messed up a lot.
Yeah,
What to
you're
expect?
talking about KL Rahul, but I have a question for you regarding Rahul. Rahul's cautious approach towards the start, his strike rate was a bit on the lower side. Was that of some concern? Is that of some concern for the Punjab Kings?
Yeah,
He's the
absolutely.
captain, and we want him to fire more.
Absolutely. If you see last season also, he had this cautious style of playing. And today also we can see that like his strike rate wasn't that decent for his 69 runs.
Yeah, I mean, of course, 69 runs. When you see 69 runs on board for a player like KL Rahul, we definitely feel happy. But then when we see, the number of balls he's faced, it's a little bit worrying.
Very bad.
As he's an asset. He's an asset for us, even in the international circuit as well. So we all will obviously hope that he pumps his strike rate a little bit up. But talking about another batsman, Shikhar Dhawan, his love affair with Delhi Capitals continues. The previous time when Delhi and Punjab had the match, Shikhar Dhawan scored 106, and today missed out on his century. But phenomenal batting by Shikhar Dhawan. And I have a question here from Sachit Kondinya. Do you think Chris Jordan must be brought into the team now since Riley Meredith hasn't bowled well yet again? Aditya,
Abs
what do you think?
Absolutely. I'm agreeing with Sachin. Like Chris Jordan should now replace him. Like players are just bowlers are just leaking out runs, like giving no ball, unnecessary no balls, overstepping and giving unnecessary runs, like wide plus four. You see, like there were like two, three wide plus four, five. Like just don't want to talk about bowling at all.
And okay, let's talk about your batting then. Was sending Nicholas Pooran was sending Nicholas Pooran before Shah Rukh Khan sort of a mistake made by the Punjab Kings, seeing the form that Shah Rukh Khan is in and seeing the form that Nicholas Pooran is in. Because
Yeah.
we saw towards the end that Shah Rukh Khan did fire a bit. He did score runs. Him and Hooda both. They played good small knocks, but good knocks towards the end. But do you think Shah Rukh Khan should have been sent before Nicholas Pooran?
Yeah, that was actually a blunder by KL Rahul. I think Shah Rukh Khan should have been promoted over Pooran because of his last match innings also.
Yes, I completely agree. And another question from the batting perspective itself, 120 to 0 in 12 overs. From there, going to 195. Do you think that Punjab could have done much better seeing the position they were in? And do you think that, even KL Rahul's strike rate might have been another reason for Punjab not crossing 200 runs? And this is the
Yeah,
question that even Abhinav Mishra asks in the chat box.
yeah, if you see like 124 no loss, it was I thought like Punjab would have easily crossed 220 plus score, but then KL Rahul's strike rate, as you know, his cautious game style, that's in the starting 5 overs he gets settled down. Because of that, he wastes ball and the strike rate drastically goes down. So I feel KL
Yeah.
Rahul should have the freedom and should play should not play under pressure. I feel he plays under pressure in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the strike rate, we all can come to that conclusion that even though Mayank Agarwal was firing, and by the way, we were discussing about Mayank Agarwal in the pre-match show, his form as a concern, and today he definitely stepped up to the occasion and blasted himself blasted the ball, slaughtered the bowlers, but unfortunately came out on the losing side. Enough about Punjab right now. Let's move to Delhi Capitals for now. First of all, congratulations. Parth Arora, that now you are on the second spot in the points table. RCB, of course, has 3 in 3, 100% win record. But apart from that, you are the best of the rest. But still, is Chris Wokes the answer to Delhi Capitals' death overs? Is Chris Wokes your perfect death over bowling option? Because today we saw him leaking a few runs. And he's been bowling into the death. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have any other option. I mean, if
Hello.
hello, yeah,
I guess Parth is facing network issue.
Yeah. Hi. Sorry. Uh, Yeah, Parth, did you? I guess you
yeah.
were able to hear my question.
Yes. So I was saying that Chris Wokes has definitely bowled well in the power plays. Uh, like he has the ability to strike in the first 6 overs. But talking about the death bowling, I think we didn't have any other option apart from Chris Morris, as Nortje was not in the playing 11. Uh, and I mean, he has really impressed us with his slower balls, his off cutters, and his back of the hand slower ball in the past. So I think it was the ideal option in this match.
Yes, rightly said. And speaking about bowling itself, another question that I have for you: was bowling Lalit Yadav before Avesh Khan a sensible decision made by Rishabh Pant?
See, I would like to point out a couple of things regarding the Rishabh Pant's captaincy. The first thing I would agree, I'm agreeing with you. Lalit Yadav should not have been given a over before Avesh Khan, because as you know that the runs were leaking in the first 3 overs. So I think Avesh Khan would have been ideal option, because we have seen in the first 2 games that he has picked up crucial wickets at crucial stage. Like in the first match, he did got out Faf du Plessis in his first over, and he took the crucial wicket of MS Dhoni in the later stage of the game, and he also took the wicket of David Mueller in his previous match, who was taking the game away from DC. So I think yes, the decision of getting Avesh Khan before Lalit Yadav would have been a great decision. But the second thing I would like to mention about Rishabh Pant's captaincy is that he gave the second over to to Meriwala after he was smashed for 16 runs in the first over. So this shows that the captain has a confidence over you, and it also motivates the bowler as well. I mean, if Rishabh Pant would have not given the second over to Meriwala, I'm sure he would have been demotivated, and might also have lost confidence in himself.
Yes, I completely agree to you on that. Now, moving to Punjab Kings over here. If Hooda could bowl, was Jalaj Saxena actually required in the team? I mean, he was brought in for, of course, yes, he's an all-rounder and yes, he can bowl, he can bat. But if Deepak Hooda can bowl, I mean, of course, he's an all-rounder and he has bowled in the past as well. So, do you think that a player like Sarfaraz Khan could have been added to the team as far as Indian batsmen are concerned in place of Jalaj Saxena, or do you think Ravi Bishnoi should have come in place of Jalaj Saxena?
I feel actually like if you see Punjab's middle order, like it's still not up to the mark. So I would have easily I would easily go on for Sarfaraz Khan. Like if you see for the middle order,
Yes.
but then the main concern then will be that we will be one spinner short. So leg spinner, especially Jalaj Saxena as a leg spinner. So so I feel like if Murugan Ashwin is not playing, so I feel they should give chance to Ravi Bishnoi. Let's see now what happens now.
I mean,
We are
I
actually
clearly,
under
I
pressure.
really don't know.
The
It's fine,
run
it's
rate
fine, but
also,
I
run
clearly
rate also
don't.
is very bad.
Yeah. Run rate, after today's match, your run rate, if I'm not wrong, might have fallen down below -1, because the
No,
match finished
not
10
that
balls
much.
early.
It's still
It's
minus
good. It's good. It's
0.97.
good if
Yeah,
it's not.
that's good.
It's good if it's not
That's good.
below -1. That's good. But talking to Parth right now, Dhawan. We spoke about Dhawan earlier now as well. But Dhawan, first match he played well. Second match, of course, second match. I mean, both the openers failed. Third match, Dhawan again now today bounced back. So does this make difficult for the Indian selectors for choosing the squad in the World T20?
Definitely, man. You can't forget Dhawan in the T20 format. I can understand that he has not performed in Test that much as in T20s, but looking at his current form, I mean, his hitting was very clean. I was very amazed to see what kind of shots he played. If you have noticed that the during the start of the batting, the Punjab King bowlers were not giving enough room for to Shikhar Dhawan, as you might have seen. Mohammad Shami started from around the wicket to Dhawan so that he cramps and does not get any room to hit boundaries in the square region. So he managed to hit boundaries by choosing other shots, like he played most of the shots cross batted. You might have seen that. And I was really mesmerized how clean the shots were. And I think he was finding gaps as if he was finding his nose. I mean, there it is. Effortless, man.
Effortless. Truly, in my opinion, he deserved that ton. He deserved the
Yes, yes.
century, but unfortunate, he got out on 92, if I'm not wrong. But
Yes.
all's well that ends well. It was a good inning. It was a good innings towards the end. But as it stands, Delhi Capitals have moved to the second spot in the points table, and Punjab Kings remain at the seventh spot itself, ahead of SRH, who hasn't scored any points up till now. And the Northern Derby, the first round of Northern Derby, has gone in favor of Delhi Capitals, making it 16-11, the head-to-head ratio. I'm sorry. We're making 15-12, the
15-12.
head-to-head ratio, 15 in favor of Punjab and 12
Thank
for
you.
Delhi Capitals. So that's all we have on our show for today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Aditya, and thank you, Parth. We hope for more exciting matches in the Indian Premier League. Thank you, guys. This is Parth Rathore
One
signing off.
one thing I want to say about Delhi, wait for Mumbai's match.
Yes, if you
Mumbai will
want more
destroy
entertainment,
you, bro. Mumbai will
uh,
destroy you.
yeah, but unfortunately
Surely, surely. 4-0 last
towards
year.
yeah, unfortunately you
4-0
are
against
towards
Mumbai
the
Indians
Punjab
last year.
Kings.
4-0, bro. Yeah,
Anyways,
unfortunately, I have to
these
support
these
Punjab Kings.
banters,
You worry about your
these
team, bro.
banters.
Yeah, bro, I'll have to. There's no
I
choice.
really love the banters going on, and these banters will continue for the rest of the IPL. But for now, it's a full stop for us. And I hope you all join us tomorrow. An interesting match coming up. CSK versus Rajasthan Royals. It's MS Dhoni versus Sanju Samson. Another wicket keeping masterclass. Another wicket keeping wicket keepers as captains. I hope you all join us tomorrow as well. Thank you for joining in. Thank you, guys.